What is up, W Sports Podcast World? Jimothy and Tubby, we are back again, and we know baseball fans, you all have been hibernating, counting down the days until winter meetings, and maybe even pitchers and catches reporting, which literally is only 8 weeks away, which is insanely cool. But Jimothy and Tubby, we are back again to bring you all the news and notes, updates, our thoughts on the baseball world and the dynasty that is trying to be bought and built and paid for with the Dodgers, but the Yankees are trying to keep up with it. But Tubby, welcome back to the baseball podcast.
It's baseball season.
It is. That's what December means.
Yeah, once winter meetings hit, it's baseball season.
Let's go. Yeah. By the way, Tubby won his fantasy baseball league last year, so I'm just throwing this out there. The
I
guy
did.
somehow he hadn't picked it up in like 3 years. He's like, oh yeah, I'll give it a go.
I
So
got this.
no big deal. All right. Well, we got to start with the big news. The 765 to $800 million man that is Juan Soto goes to the Mets.
Hey, I you about a month or so ago, I called this.
You did, yeah.
Jimothy
That's
was
true.
was not able to be on that one. I went through some predictions about some of the free agents that I thought, and that was one that I just had a feeling that he was going to stay in New York, just not with the Yankees.
Yeah, I'm upset that he didn't stay with the Yankees because now I hate Juan. I don't like Juan Soto anymore. Only did when he was a Yankee. It made sense. I was cool with it. It fits. But this is the giving season. I told you that, and it's nice to give back to those less fortunate, like the Mets fans. So I guess we'll give them this and some a little bit of hope before they inevitably lose in the wild card round again. So
If they
did
make it to the playoffs.
if they make it to playoffs, is this an overpay? By the way,
Yeah, I think it is. I know
okay.
people are going. We talked about this. People, were mad about the show. Hey, oh, he's $700 million. If he doesn't, pitch again, that you just paid a DH $700 million. Well, now you just paid a more than likely in about 3 or 4 years a DH $765 million because he's not going to be able to play the outfield because he is already become a defensive liability. At least we know Shohei can put up the big offensive numbers. We haven't quite seen that from Juan Soto. His career 288, batting average, usually averages around 25 to 30 home runs. This year, the home run numbers ticked up, but there's a big reason for that: the short porch in Yankee
Yeah,
Stadium, and now you don't have that.
hitting with Aaron Judge as well. It's got to be
Yeah,
beautifully
absolutely.
nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I do have this question though. Power hitters, because we've had Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani. Who else have we had? Other ones? Aaron Judge.
Mm-hmm.
These massive contracts.
Yeah.
And I heard someone ask the question. Or I read someone ask the question. Did we learn nothing with Prince Fielder, Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, um, Joey Votto? I mean, Chris Davis, all these big
Mm-hmm.
power hitter contracts, limited fielding,
Mm-hmm.
and how many of those have turned out great? Even Mike Trout,
Yeah.
it's been a disaster. I mean, that's where I'm starting to wonder is I do think Shohei Ohtani is a little bit different, and
Mm-hmm.
even if he never pitches, I think he can field. I think he
Yeah.
doesn't because of the pitching, and they want to keep him healthy as possible. But
Yeah.
I have no doubt that he could play right field or left field if he had to.
Yeah.
He's that athletic. But Juan Soto, I'm nervous about this contract.
Mm-hmm.
I would love my team to have had him. There's zero
Yeah.
chance they were going to have him.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? The Mets can afford it. Their coach, their owner can do whatever he wants with money. He's got stupid
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. But I would have much rather have had him around the $500 million mark
Hmm.
instead of the $765 million
Yeah,
mark.
it definitely way overinflated, I think, at this
Yeah.
point. But Max Fried, the Yankees, this is their backup prize. They get the highest paid left-handed pitcher on the market in the history. 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
218 million. I know it's a long contract. I know he's had some
Mm-hmm.
injuries, but I do feel like this is a much more fair deal.
Mm-hmm.
8 years is a long time, but
Yeah.
218 for him versus the 765 it would have cost for Soto. I think this actually is better, and they can piece. This is almost like losing Albert Pujols with the Cardinals, and then we gotten Berkman and Carlos Beltran instead,
Mm-hmm.
and actually they went to the World Series later on,
Yeah.
uh, 2 years after that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think this gave you a little bit more flexibility. Honestly, losing on a guy like Juan Soto is not ever going to be
Yeah, there's not a
fun
win there.
and exciting, but it sounds like they've already started working towards maybe a guy like Kyle Tucker, in a trade. It sounds like both parties are pretty you know uh big in talks right now. So if that's the case, Kyle Tucker is a very suitable guy. He'll have the short porch now. and then you sign a guy like Max Fried, who's one of the better left-handed pitchers in baseball. Yeah, the injury history is a little bit of concern, but when Max Fried's healthy, Max Fried's
Yeah.
dominant.
What starting pitcher doesn't have injury history at this point?
Yeah. At this point, yeah, almost every single pitcher's at some point had Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, I was reading an article that had the power rankings for baseball post winter meetings, and dude,
Mm-hmm.
here's one team, Texas Rangers. It said they lost these pitchers, but they're gonna have a healthy Jacob DeGrom, and I stopped reading. What are we talking about? There's no chance this dude pitches more than 50 innings this year.
Yeah, no.
But I do. I still like the potential move of. I don't think Goldschmidt should. I don't. Maybe Goldschmidt goes there, but Christian Walker is another option. I think they have their
Mm-hmm.
eyes on some of the people outside of Tucker, but you got to get
Yeah.
those big pieces first, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can make those complementary pieces. But I like that better for the Yankees, anyways. A little bit more depth.
Yeah.
Your Dodgers still Teoscar not signed yet, but they did go out there and get one of the most coveted free agents of 2020, I think,
Yeah.
and Michael Conforto.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see Teo back. Luckily for them, the
Yeah,
talks for Teo are not off the table. They're still trying to bring him back.
correct.
Conforto is just a rotational outfielder. Which, if that's the case, hey, I'm happy with that. I think Conforto, if he's in a rotation, maybe stays on the field more. Stays off the IL a little bit more, and maybe the Dodgers can find something because they're pretty good at those reclamation projects.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I was terrified that Arenado was going to head over there. I was like, you got to be kidding. This dude's going to go from 14 home runs to 60.
Yeah.
Uh, better signing for a former dominant franchise. Let's say 10 years, 7 years ago. Red Sox trading to get Garrett Crochet. I know I said something, but trading to get Garrett Crochet, or the Giants finally getting their big ticket guy in Willie.
I like Willie. I'm not a big fan of Garrett Crochet. I think the 1 year wonder. I'm not a huge fan of the history that he's had. He's had one good half of a season. He had a decent second half, but it wasn't what he had in the early the first half. I like the Willie dominant.
All right, now we're back. So sorry, more technical difficulties. I can't get this internet stuff right. But Tubby, you said 1 year wonder for Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, I think Garrett Crochet is a 1 year wonder. I think he had a good first half, okay second half. I know they kind of shut him down a little bit towards the end of the year because of more likely going to trade him free agency coming up. But I like what Willie does. He's a good defender. He always has a really solid bat. I think that he's going to do a lot for the Giants.
Yeah. The little under the radar, I think, but he's a good player. The Rangers trade to get Jake Berger.
Mm-hmm.
What are the Marlins doing?
I don't think the Marlins know what they're doing.
This is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly all the pieces, but supposedly I guess it was like 14 deal basically. There's like some backwards. They got I guess an up and coming shortstop prospect from the Mariners in the deal or something like that. I don't know. I don't know them a whole lot. So, but yeah, it's the Marlins. What do you expect?
That's true. It's just bad. It's bad baseball. I think you've got to move that team, sell the team, go to Nashville, please. Just get someone who actually
Yeah.
wants to play baseball. The team clearly does not.
Mm-hmm.
The Baltimore Orioles, they get Tyler O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a piece that they're missing? Obviously, they're losing some free agency power in the most likely this year, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. But is this a good enough replacement?
I don't know. I mean, it just depends on if Santander will ever do what he did last year. I mean, you're replacing the guy that had 40 home runs last year in Santander with the guy Tyler O'Neill, who had a decent year but was still
Probably.
off and on the injury.
Yeah, he just can't get healthy. I think we're both worried about Santander being that
Mm-hmm.
free agency wonder guy, but
Yeah.
we'll see. That you got to piece together things, and Tyler O'Neill does have a good glove.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to play mostly hard, sometimes not. Allegedly, just saying. But we haven't mentioned this one yet. Big starting pitcher gets started by the Death Star team that is the Dodgers. Gets signed, excuse me. Blake Snell. This is one of the earlier
Yeah.
signings. We hadn't got a chance to talk about it. What are your thoughts on this one?
I was against signing Blake Snell last year because I thought maybe it was a contract year. He pitched good once he got back into the groove of things for the Giants and got healthy. I think Dodgers needed a left-handed pitcher. They went out and got the guy that they wanted last year. We weren't able to get him because he went to the other team there in California, and I think it's a good signing if he can stay healthy because, like I said, you're desperate need of left-handed pitchers at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a bad thing, but it's always a warning sign to me when you start to see guys jump from team to team to team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's where I feel right now with Juan Soto. Like I think he'll be good, but like, will he be as good as he could have been legacy wise? Now that he's been on 4 teams in like 6 years.
Yeah.
Blake Snell, he has been obviously with the Rays. Don't forget he was with the Dodgers or the Padres, the Giants for a
Progress.
year before
Mm-hmm.
now being with the Dodgers. But this is a 5-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he sticks all 5 years there, I don't know. But he's a very high salary. But when this dude is on, he's on, and he's with a lineup that is going to maximize the potential. To me, he is not a dark horse, but he is a candidate I would pick early to be a Cy Young candidate next year.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it since we've had the podcast. Mark Pryor is one of the most underrated coaches in baseball. He does a great job with pitchers. Always finds a way to figure out something. Maybe there was a little bit of mechanic issue or something like that, and he very well could maximize what Blake Snell has.
Yeah, yeah. Look out, world. This is the opponent's batting average against in the July, August, September when you really needed to be great was 104, 125, 141, which yes does trend up, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's holy cow, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
This is it even playing? There we
Yeah.
go. Okay, it's back. The Dodgers are shaping up to be the team that everybody has to try and beat. Apologies for the Wi-Fi issues today. I think that's a sign. I think I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. I don't think I can handle another stoppage.
we got one more big news. I heard the Mariners and the Red Sox are talking trade for a starting pitcher, and it sounds like Luis Castillo.
I was surprised when his name was out there, but when you have 6 really good starting pitchers and you have
Yep.
no offense, it's time to move on from one. Castillo,
Yep.
sorry bud, you're the one that's got to go, but he's such a good starting
Yep.
pitcher. He's a great piece to get.
Yep.
Yeah. So, guys, that is the show. Again, thank you so much for sticking with us through some tech issues. I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi is. Hopefully, it will be fixed next time. I'll be recording
Mm-hmm.
from a different location again. So, who knows? Till then, we hope you guys subscribe. We hope you share this episode, and we hope that you guys enjoy this content because we really appreciate each and every one of y'all who listen, download the podcast, share it with someone new. But we look forward to the next episode. So, till then, see y'all next time.
See ya.
See ya.